What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol GRTS for Gritstone Bio. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will be the first time we've talked about the stock on the channel, so let's start as we always do by giving ourselves a daily roadmap, just pointing out the most obvious areas of support and resistance. Then we'll talk more nuance as we drill down to the 30-minute intraday time frame. What we should just discuss as I'm doing this is the fact that this ran on a news catalyst today about, of course, the sickness and their sort of, prevention cure for that, if you will, and how it was more, I guess it works better, or it's not as severely impacted by the newest variant that's out there, if that kind of makes sense. And of course, that's seen as good news. So the other thing we could draw in is this support trend line. That's more of the fundamental take, though, again, as I'm sort of putting in this daily roadmap. So there we go. We are in an uptrend. We're breaking out of this really sort of exacerbated range. Notice that there have been firm breakdowns back in, breakdown back in. It's also getting up and into this area of prior overhead supply, but we've clearly closed strong inside of that area and actually above the bulk of that resistance that we pointed out, closer to 12 the whole dollar. So what is going on in the post market? We're currently 14 by 1405, so a very, very small gap up. It's not really enough to put into play gap rules right now, but we will take a closer look at the 30-minute and, of course, the expansion of range. So the good news really came out towards the end of the day that led to this end of day push, and what you generally like to look for here is acceptance in the overnight translating to acceptance during the day time frame session when we open up for tomorrow's bell. Generally speaking, right, we don't have enough time. There wasn't enough time in the day to ultimately deem if these prices were fair and we would get healthy consolidation, then a breakout for further some sort of bull flag, so on and so forth, which is again why I said we're really going to focus on what's going on in the post market to see if in the after hours are we getting acceptance here. If so, that should point to potential acceptance in the regular hours, basically the 9:30 bell, and then potential continuation higher, right, if this is going to pan out as a 30-minute bull flag. So what we want to find are essentially the levels where if we pull back, we can start looking for support. So let's come in from the low of today's session in here, basically the low of this move, all the way on up to the high and get our 38.2. So that's the first place we would want to see respected if there is some sort of major pullback. It's also very close to the psychological area of 1250. If we get those fibs off the chart, there we go. We'll put in the high of day and talk in terms of scenarios now. So if tomorrow's candle prints and it looks something like this, absolutely fine. Healthy consolidation up here towards the highs. What we're watching for is some sort of either daily bull flag like this, then a breakout up and over the high of day, 14 the whole dollar, takes us to that next resistance at 15 quarter. And then after that, let's just search for one more in case this is going to be a crazy momentum style runner, which, maybe it is, maybe it's not. It would really require the volume for that to happen. But we just want to be prepared, right? So 17 would be the next one. And then after that, you're really looking at about 20 quarter. Again, I'm not saying it's going to get there tomorrow, but if there is the volume to support it, it wouldn't be off the table. The probabilities just don't support a move like that as of right now. So here we go. Again, healthy consolidation breakout takes us into those upper targets. If we break down underneath 1257, the line in the sand, although it may want to look like 12, it's really all about this level right here, noting that this was the bulk of the consolidation. This is where the majority of the positions were built. If we can hold up above 1142, I would be on the lookout for hammer candles that print down here, indecision doji candles that print, basically things that make you question, right? Is this pullback going to end? Are we going to use prior resistance as newfound support, flip long over the highs, and then get back up into some of those upside targets? That's where it's going to go down at $11.42. It's very simply put, a clean break, retest, find a new higher low, and then move higher, right? In terms of trend perspective, here's your higher low, here's your next set of higher lows. Thing of beauty if we form higher lows here. Now, on a significant breakdown, let's say the world starts crumbling tomorrow and the stock's just completely bloody, it's all about the support trend line. Do we support at it or not? It's either going to be a yes or a no, check the box type thing. Again, given the nature of the move today, I don't foresee that being on our radar for tomorrow's session, but that's really ultimately what it comes down to at the end of the day for remaining in an uptrend versus starting a new daily downtrend. So those are my thoughts. The chart does look bullish. The after hours does look bullish. For now, we're looking for that acceptance, potentially an open right at and around these highs as well, and then that continuation higher. But you have the levels mapped out. You know where I'll be watching, and of course, volume supporting starting the move as well would be an extremely healthy thing. Just to give you an idea of what I would expect for some of those upside targets if they're going to hit on tomorrow's session, I would say at least like, where this bar started. So 600,000 shares to 1 million shares per 30-minute bar if it's really going to take off to the upside. Anything less than that, and I would look for the consolidation case to pan out somewhere in here. A complete lack of interest, in terms of just like basically non-existent volume like that, that's really where you start to get more of a crumble and deterioration back down inside of this prior range closer to 11. So those are my thoughts here inside of GRTS. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.